the big day. We're gonna be pulling the sheet on the M4 publicly for the first time and finally showcase what we've been building for the last 8 months. To be honest, I didn't expect this many people to show up, and I was kind of nervous to pull the sheet in front of this many people. It's a lot. We've been working really hard on this for a while, and I think a lot of you guys probably have seen it on the vlog, so thank you everyone. You guys stick around for about a minute after we pull the sheet. We're gonna bring out the air system and install the air jack system so you can see the car fly up. Pretty cool to see on a street car. Woo! The box.
Good morning, Las Vegas. Welcome to the 2023
Tight. Good?
Put $1 million on the
Oh no. Drop.
FDS spec approved? Dude, it's sick. It's hella good.
You'd never say that to my face, but you did on the video, so we're good.
What's he talking about?
The M4 reveal went amazing, and after we finished that, we had to run over to the MagnaFlow booth to pull the sheet on the new Street Hunter Gen 1 BRZ kit. Good morning, everyone. It's nice to see you guys here. Thank you for coming. First off, before we get into it, I just want to say thank you everyone for coming through, everyone to come and see the car. I think every year I kind of started off the same. This is our 4th year being here. Street Hunter actually debuted its first car ever, the Street Hunter Supra, 4 years ago in 2019. We're gonna pull the sheet back, let you guys see it, and then I'll kind of dive in, walk you guys back, front to back, go over all the interesting things that makes this kit unique. We'll dive into it. So boys, we're gonna pull it back. Every time. So this is Calvin's car, and if you guys watch the channel, you'll probably recognize it. You're like, whoa, it's white on white again. Calvin had the dirtiest, most disgusting looking marshmallow, burnt brown, orange car, or like it turned orange, it was so gross. We wanted to do the same thing again because we really wanted to emulate how much different the car can look with a full different kit on it. So, starting from the front all the way to the back, it is a brand new front bumper design. What makes this really unique is that we're really thinking about the community of the 86, and a lot of people... After the sheet pull, I went ahead and did a meet and greet with MagnaFlow for about an hour and a half, and it's always my favorite meeting you guys and just putting a face to all the comments. That's my favorite thing. And I actually got a really cool gift from one of you.
I run Left Lane Media. I made a photo book for TJ. It's like a pretty small.
I see you had a lot of... Oh, it's a photo book?
It's a book. It's from when the Supra was black, like the OG look, and now the new one.
Was that at E-Town?
Yeah.
Okay,
So
I remember that.
I've reposted your stuff plenty of times. I see you at a lot of different events. Amazing photographer, shout out to you. I'll open it. He said he had a little gift. I f***ing love gifts.
Wait, you made a whole book?
Yeah.
That's sick. Oh, that's sick.
Dog, this is one of the coolest things I think anyone's ever given me. Dog.
Man, this is really well thought out.
Dog, thank you.
That's fucking
That is, keep an eye on the vlogs. I promise you will see this in my living room, like on my coffee table or something. All right, you guys, I can't ignore the title, and I can't ignore all the stupid comments. Yeah, I hear you guys. You think you're so funny. Oh my God, TJ, BRG. Oh my God, TJ, BRG at SEMA.
It's true though, it's true though.
Oh, wow, okay, really?
BRG, champagne wheels, SEMA build, 1 week on the clock before this thing's out of here. 2 out of 3 check marks.
You mean
SEMA
Infinity
has
Stones?
Oh yeah, Infinity Stones. He's collected it.
Today, we are literally going from meeting to meeting. We have autograph signings, saying what's up to a lot of you guys, which is very sick, so always my favorite. It's pretty much madness, but it's madness that I enjoy. You guys know that. SEMA is, it's like the mecca of the industry.
Just take a lap. We're just standing here for about 2 minutes. You've already drawn attention.
Here's what's crazy. Here's what's absolutely crazy. And this is why I think life is a simulation. This is why life isn't real. Are you listening? Because I'm telling you, wake up, wake up. No, I'm just kidding. SEMA now, I just came from my 34. I just came from an interview at Brembo. If I stop moving for 45 seconds, pan the camera again.
Yeah.
A crowd forms around me. It's weird.
It's so unreal that it's real.
It's weird. And it's not a bad thing. It's just so strange that it's gotten to this point. I'm grateful. It's amazing. So and everyone here watches the vlogs or follows me on Instagram to a certain degree. I'm thankful. It's a little strange, is it not? It's kind of crazy. I'm gonna be so real with you guys, and I hope you can appreciate that. I hope you can appreciate the realism. I've had 2 people reach out and make an offer on the car. Ask me if I'm willing to let it go for X price. One of which was an individual
that I've met here before, that I've had conversations with other cars in the past, said the same thing. He's a car collector, thinks it's really cool. I don't want to say who he is. I'll let him come forward if he ever does it at any point, but he doesn't think you'll ever see another one, and he wants the car. Very similar story with the 458 GT3. There was an individual who owned an actual 458 GT3 Cup car and was like, I would like to have this car just to have, because I have the real race car and I want a street car version. Similar story here. And then another, I got a phone call from our boy Hunter at West Coast Exotics, and he's like, hey TJ, this is your call, I have a client. I'm not trying to sell this car. If someone was to offer me an insane amount of money, then I think I'd be silly not to. But I'm not trying to get rid of it. I really want to enjoy this car. I think I owe that to you guys to make as much videos as I can with it. Am I going to keep this car for the rest of my life? Is it going to be like my R34, where I genuinely know that R34 GTR will never leave ownership of me? Maybe. It just depends on what crazy idea I get for next year and how much money I need to make that happen. That's kind of what it comes down to.
Wait, so you don't know this is a forever car yet?
I don't want to say this is a forever car and then ending up selling it and then have everyone in the comments a year later be like, you know, just do that whole thing, call me out, or be like, I knew it, you were such a liar, you're just saying that, like, I'm trying to be genuinely honest. I don't know. I haven't even driven it yet.
Isn't that what happened with the 458?
Yes, but the 458 was so difficult to drive because it was a GT3. They're supposed to be a lot lower. We got rid of the wheel, whatever, that it was impossible to drive a car on the street. This was built with the experience of having a previous GT3 car on the street and applied here. So we're like, okay, we know this is the height we want, this is where we want everything to be for it to be usable. So this thing is like a perfected piece of art, in theory. We haven't tested it yet, but it should be. It should just work.
Also, answer the question, are you going to take it to a track?
Yeah, a lot of comments.
Lots of comments.
Am I going to take this to track?
Oh, yeah.
We have an individual that actually owns the Cup car, a real, authentic race car only. So our plan when we get back home, once this thing gets PPF on it, because it doesn't have PPF on it yet, we are going to track the car. Everyone thinks we're not going to. We're absolutely going to. It's literally, I could stand on the front lip. I could hang off of the wing. We built this. The 458, would I have done it with that car? Hell no. With this car, we built it with all the previous knowledge of what we did wrong with that car to perfect it on this car. It's gonna see track time. I hope the tires don't just disintegrate, so we're gonna go through like 8 sets of tires, about a year of driving this on the street. But I'm looking forward to getting this next to a real GT3 Cup car and seeing the differences.
Wait, dude, could you
Everyone's
imagine?
asking us to weigh both cars. So leave comments down below. What do you want to see us do with this car? Compare it to a real race car, do a weight scale difference, put it in an aero tunnel and test their aerodynamics, get a professional driver to do a lap in the real car in this car to see how much fat, I mean, obviously it's gonna get smoked, but just, or get a stock G82, do a lap, and then get this car and see how much the aero does.
That'd be nice.
That'd be sick. I really want to try
Does
that.
your diff two-wheel drive thing work still?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. 100%. Dude, that's gonna be sick. While I'm doing all this stuff today, I at least wanted to get a video out, just addressing the main things, because I posted this everywhere on Instagram, on TikTok, on YouTube, and whatever. And there's just so many comments down below, and this is almost like a responding to comments video, because that's really all we have time for today. That's what everyone's talking about. Are you selling it? He's not gonna track it. No, he's not. Yes, he is. No, he's not. Yes, he is. And then everyone's whining about fitment in the rear. And again, this was built to emulate a race car. It wasn't meant to tuck fenders. We lowered the car with Ohlins. Yes, you guys understand. This is what the ride height looked like without Ohlins. If we had a normal coilover setup, this was the ride height. We were able to create a brand new coilover, a brand new product that didn't ever exist. And we were able to shrink like 4 inches. We did what we accomplished to do. Could I make it lower? Absolutely. Would I ever drive the car? Absolutely not. Before you make your decision of if you like it, if you don't, try to understand this isn't a Street Hunter BRZ. This isn't Randy from Eliminate's R34 that's tucking tire and is airing out. This is supposed to be a purpose-built car that is designed to drive every day, and as he's driving home from work, he peels into the racetrack, drops PSI, and is doing a buck 80 over the turn with full compression in the rear, dragging the front lip, scraping up all the plastic, coming out of the turn, slamming the brake, diving, vroom, 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 and then pull out and then meet his wife and kids for dinner. And never scrape his car, go over every little speed bump.
I mean, the fact that people even say that this was impossible from the beginning.
Yeah.
The fact that you even got it this far and then now they're picking at things. They're like, oh, the ride height.
No, it's okay. I mean, I don't care. People can have their own opinion. My desire is independent of positive or negative reinforcement from comments. This was a vision that I was like, I'm gonna do this. If someone likes it or doesn't like it, I'm still doing it. It was always separate, but I feel like I need to give a little bit of information because people are just like, blah, 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 run my mouth. Why would you do this? Because I wanted to see if I could do it because I was not sure if we were able to pull this build off, and I wanted a challenge, and we did it.
I think it's the sickest build this channel's ever done.
Agreed. And I'm really curious to your guys' thoughts. I think I've talked about it a lot on the videos. I think you guys would generally agree. But
I mean, honestly, though, I think the amount of man hours and the amount of people that kind of came together for this. And
This is going to be a crazy take. Coolest build on YouTube in a while.
I would say right now, Tavarish's P1 build, whoa. But I think this is up there. I'm not going to say it's better. I'm not going to say it's worse. It's a different style. It's a different build. A lot of people ask, what was the point of this? The point was a challenge. The point was me to try to build something that doesn't exist. When you twin turbo, wide body, your Lambo, the road's been built. You're just going to drive your car down the road and get to the same destination. But we've built 40 cars on this channel. I don't know, it's just a guess. 40, 30? At a certain point, it gets a little boring. So when the thought of this came up, and rather than being like, oh, okay, cool, we'll do that, my internal response was like, is that even possible? Could we even get our hands on that kit, one? And two, would it work? That, inside, gave me excitement. I'm like, cool, that's a road that hasn't been paved yet. Let's go down it. And that's, I think, what I kind of want to do a little bit more, and this build has inspired next year so much more. A lot of you guys there's a certain JDM car that's never been on the channel. I'm listening to you guys. It's coming. If you thought that doing an R34 build in the background and us never showing it to you and revealing it was wild, then you're about to get wild times 10. We have a lot of sides coming next year, and this was a test, and it worked. And now I need a new test. We need to go crazier. We need to go bigger.
Bro, at one point you can't keep going.
Yeah, how does it get crazy?
There's a point. There's a ceiling.
Let me tell you kind of where I see the finish line. When we get to that point, then we'll reevaluate this question. I want like 918 shit. I want like redoing P1 to levels you haven't seen type shit. I want like SVJ crazy stuff. We're like retired F1 car type thoughts. I want to go where when you think, you say, not possible. How? Too much money. How's it gonna do that? Who's it gonna ask? That's where I want to go. So this was the tip of the iceberg, I feel. It worked. Now I get to enjoy it for a little bit. But
unless I sell it.
But when the next Senna rolls up in front of me and has a little damage here, has a little history here, and I need a little something to fund that Senna, to take that Senna and do the unthinkable, your boy needs to get that money back somehow. But as much as I'd want to keep every car I've ever built my whole entire life, I think I've answered and filled everyone in on my thoughts, and hopefully filled
It's
everyone.
kind of crazy idea, crazy thought. Imagine you retire from YouTube, long time from now. I'm not saying it's anytime soon. Your last video is buying every car I ever built back.
I must have a lot of money at that point.
Yeah, you do.
I don't know how I'm gonna get there, but you guys are gonna watch and I'm gonna figure it out. We'll stay in our lane. And right now my lane is doing what people say we can't. We're killing time before we go home and get ready for our next event. And walking around SEMA, it's really tough because I get stopped pretty often for photos and stuff. So I wanna kinda enjoy the show a little bit, so to kill time, Kevin has a head sock apparently, stowed away in his pants.
Those are also my hat and sunglasses.
So we're in full camo, and to test the camo, we're gonna go into Valvoline. We're gonna go to my car, and I'm gonna try to get them to get pissed off. I'm gonna try to poke at it and play with it and see if they get yell at me, and then I go, gotcha.
Oh, it's perfect. It's perfect. Come on, TJ. Come on. Pat, look. Come on, Pat.
Someone's in the car.
Pat, you gotta look. Pat.
Pat, someone.
Oh my God, Pat didn't give a Pat didn't care.
Pat, did you give a f? We gotta step it up a bit.
Like I said, it's 7-11.
Dude, I knew
It's over.
it was like a love tap.
Pat, You were standing here. I opened the doors. I walked around. I was like, oh, Pat's gonna defend my car.
I was ready. Did you see? I was like,
Oh, did you?
Oh, yeah,
You
I
knew
was-
it was me from the beginning.
well, no, I looked over and I was about to tackle you, and then I was like, oh, that's TJ. Well, yesterday we had some random dude go over. We were standing here, grabbed the tire, and was shaking like he was checking for like a bad wheel bearing. And I was like, mid cover, like, what are you doing? And the guy goes, nothing.
No,
I was like, I was like, you can look, but you can't touch. I was ready to go right there. I was fired up.
I'm glad that you're willing to defend my honor.
It's all right. I'm your protector.